Hello guys and welcome to another Run Gamer video. June 5th, 2020, and it is the day where we've gotten more information on this new Titan feature, or a game feature rather, called Titan Prestige. And I've only just seen this sort of blog post by the devs, but I wanted to sort of give you guys an understanding of what this is from my perspective, so how I've understood it. A lot of things are a bit unclear for me as well. There are a few questions I do have myself, which I will talk about as we go along to this video. But and you know, my thoughts on this thing is, in general, it's a good thing to have, but there are a few downsides which I like to point out as well. But let's not start on a bad note, and let's look into what this is all about, right? So what is Titan Prestige? This is all based on what I've understood from the blog. So of course you can all check the blog out yourself. It's blog.dawnofTitans.com for all the features, for all the information you need. So here's what it is, guys. Titan Prestige is basically a Titan rank up feature. Now this is something which isn't new to Dawn of Titans. If you have been playing a lot of MMO strategy games, you would know that any particular uh, Titan slash hero, whatever you want to call it, they all have this ability to enhance their abilities after they have reached the maximum at their current stage. Now, if you now in Dawn of Titans, 4-star Titans are the apex of the Titan class. So what we mean by that is 1-star the lower class, 2-star higher ones, and you go up to 4-star, right? And then once you reach the maximum level of your 4-star Titan, you reach level 60, that's pretty much it. You hit the ceiling, the Titan is maxed, he's not getting any stronger. In fact, you don't get any XP, Titan XP, for using him. And that's been something we all been telling devs about, that we need to have something we could do with our level 60 Titans. So here's what they've given us, guys. They've given us an ability to rank up, to increase the abilities or strengthen our 4-star maxed 4-star Titans, and they're calling it Titan Prestige. So Titan Prestige, and this is dev's word, unlocks exciting new battle mechanics in the Dawn of Titans, from base stats boosts, new invoke effects, and Omega troop buffs, and more. So it will add new abilities, it can enhance existing abilities, and those really are what this sort of Titan Prestige is going to be all about. Okay, now one thing to keep in mind, this feature isn't available to all the players. Okay, so you have to be castle level 20 and above. Now that is an important feature, and I believe that is because it's at that level that you are I guess you start getting the ability to have level 60 Forcer Titans, because there's a cap for the level of Titans depending on a castle level. But anyway, guys, castle level 20, you got to be have your Hall of Titans level 15 and above. I think that's the one that actually limits people. It's the Hall of Titans level, right? And you must, of course, in order to do anything to benefit from this feature, it can only be applied to a Titan that's already at level 60, and it's only a 4-star Titan. So you cannot do this for a 3-star level 50 Titan. So it's going to be only for 4-star max Titans. And this feature will show up. So when your Titan becomes eligible for gaining prestige, he or she will have that feature pop up in their Hall of Titans. Okay, so that's in a nutshell what it is. So how does this thing work? Okay, so once you have a maxed Force Titan, okay, what it will be like. This is how I've understood all the information from the devs blog. All maxed Force Titans start at this so-called Prestige level 1. I'm going to call it PL1 for short. Okay, now if you take your max Force Titan and you fuse, and well, hold on, why would you ever fuse anything into a max 4-star Titan? But this is, you will only do this if you're trying to gain certain prestige levels. So what do? You take your Max Force Titan and then you fuse him or her into another Titan of the same element class. So what does that mean? Okay, if you have, let's say, a Totec, then you can fuse another 4-star, another 4-star ice Titan, because it's elemental class that we're talking about. Okay, so you fuse him into a 4-star. What do we have? I think we have Snowgore. Is probably a 4-star champion, a 4-star Ice Titan. You can, I think even Calvarax would count in that thing. Even Jotun will count in that. So now if you do this, that is, if you fuse into the same element class, voila, your Titan now has gained one slot, not one prestige level, but one slot in the current prestige level. So you gain one slot in PL1. Okay. Now you can do something. If you want to speed things up, you want to gain more slots. What you do then is you fuse the exact same Titan into your project Titan. So let's say you have a level 60 Totec. If you fuse another Totec of any level, it doesn't matter if that second Totec is level 1 or level 60, you will now gain 2 slots rather than 1 slot. So what are they trying to say is, look, if you have multiple copies of the same Titan, you could do something useful with it and gain more slots in the prestige level. Now, every prestige level has different number of slots that you have to fill up in order for your Titan to progress to the next prestige levels. The only thing we know at this stage is there are a maximum of 10 prestige levels, and when all your slots in prestige level 10 are completely full, that's when your Titan, Forza Titan, has reached its maximum potential and has become OP. So if Osiris is already OP at level 60, we all know how good he is. Maybe not so much no more, but there it is. If your Osiris level 60 now is also Osiris level 60 prestige level 10 with all slots maxed, he is OP. Okay. Now, I've done a quick visualization to try and make more sense of this. Now, there's a disclaimer I put at the back. This is only a visualization. I created a table. This is not a true representation of what the slot system looks like, because we don't simply have information from the devs on this. But I'm sure we'll get this in the days to come, or if some of us actually get the update already early on, we will get to communicate that to everyone else. So here's how I see this, guys. So prestige level 1, let's assume you've got 2 slots that you have to fill in. So if you complete filling in 2 slots, you move on to prestige level 2. Prestige level 2, you got to fill in 3 slots. Okay, prestige level 3, 3 slots. 4, same 3 slots, well, additional 3 slots. And finally, prestige level 10, you fill in 9 slots. Okay, now this could be 10, 11, I don't know what it is. But what I'm trying to show you here is that every prestige level require different number of slots to fill in, and possibly, and I think this is a good estimation, that you will need to fill in more and more slots for each prestige level. Now, what does it translate to? So let's start with the Totec example, right? So if you have a level 60 Totec, if you fuse in another Totec level 1 in this visualization of the system, as I'm showing you here, you move him to prestige level 2. Okay. Now, when he's at prestige level 2, if you fuse in 3 other Totecs, sorry, that's not the way to look at it. If at prestige level 2 you fuse in 3 4-star Titans of the same element class, that is you fuse in 3 4-star Ice Titans, you move into prestige level 3. So on and so forth for other prestige levels. Okay, I hope that was clear. So that is the idea, guys. Okay, now this is I do have mixed feelings about this, in the sense that it's gonna that your top 50 all the top 50 events where you get duplicate copies of the Titan, which is always been the case, is now going to be a further madness, because everyone is going to want to have extra copies. Because earlier on, the only reason you would want an extra copy is if you thought that Titan would have both a defensive and an offensive prowess, sort of, right? So if you want a defender and an attacker from the same Titan, if you think that's possible from the Titan being offered, you would want two copies. But now people are going to want it for just because you can make a Titan OP. Now I'm not trying to say I dislike the feature, but it's going to make things a bit more pricey, if I could say that. We'll have to see how it impacts the events. It's kind of a make the stronger player stronger situation here. Um, so we'll have to see how things go with this. But I do like the change. I do like the fact that we can actually do something with the level 60 Titans. Although I would have hoped for um, somewhere where we could actually gain some XP, because in the system as well, right? Yeah, you gain your Velocity Titan becomes OP, but it doesn't help the fact that using this extra OP Titan gives you no added benefit, no Titan XP in the long run, meaning that it's not beneficial to run a Max Titan in the long run. But sure, if you're in a war intensive alliance and you have a level 10 prestige, let's say Life Spark or Necrosa, like one of these, well, you're going to be doing something pretty awesome. So yeah, for all the big war guys, and people who like to burn down castles or get a lot of defenses on their castles as well, because you're going to see some crazy buffs on both defensive and offensive Titans as well. So here's my thoughts, guys, quite quickly. I don't want to really ramble on more on this. Once I get more information on this and more grips with what's going on in this, I'll try and pass this on. But I hope this was useful. Do check out the blog for all these different examples they put up. Do remember that every 4-star Titan apparently is going to have the ability to uh, become a level 10 prestige Titan version of himself or herself. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope this was somewhat useful. And I'll catch you all in another Wrong Gamer video.